Everybody knows the name Charles Manson. And why is it that whenever most people think of the name Charles Manson, they think of somebody that's crazy and somebody that's a killer and insane and bad and evil? Why would somebody think that about a person? Well, I think it's kind of obvious why, because that's what the TV has been telling the people for over 40 years. Now, is that true? What the television has been telling you? Do you really think that they tell the truth about everything? Now, most people, I mean, my neighbors, my parents, the people at the post office, they know that they can't believe what the media says. They know that the television tells lies and stretches the truth and tells all kinds of stories all day long. But why do the people still have such a strong opinion about Charles Manson? It's a myth that is so deeply embedded into the consciousness of society that people just assume it as truth. But what if we looked at the complete pre-trial transcripts? What if we looked at the facts about what actually happened in 1969, 1970, 71, during the trial and the pre-trial? A lot of people might be really surprised to know that if you read what actually happened, and I'm talking about the pre-trial transcripts, you will see clearly a completely different story than what the media has been telling the people. Now, I have all of the pre-trial transcripts, and I've been reading through them, and there's a lot of it, and it's very overwhelming, but it's so easy to see, and you don't have to be a lawyer to see it. It's so obvious that Charles Manson was railroaded. Now, one of the main points that I've really been focusing on lately that I feel is the most pertinent is the fact that we all know that Charles Manson's rights were taken away, namely his Sixth Amendment right to self-representation. Now, the court claims that they took away his pro per, is what it's called, self-representation. They took away his pro per because of outlandish and nonsensical motions. They claim that Manson was acting out. They claim that he was acting disrespectfully and disturbing the court, and that's why they vacated his pro per. When in fact, whenever you read what actually happened, you will see that Manson was not acting out while he was acting as his own attorney. You will see that only after the court took away his rights, and after so many stunts that were pulled by the court and by the district attorney Bugliosi, only then did Manson start to act out. Now, I want to recap on that point and explain it very clearly so that you will understand. Their justification for taking Manson's pro per was that he was acting disrespectfully and that he was acting out in the courtroom. You read the pretrial transcripts, he was not. He only started acting out after the fact. So that means that their claims are false. Now, nobody ever says that in the news. They all go along with the story that the court made up and the story that Vincent Bugliosi made up. Now, the only witnesses that were against Manson in the trial were people that were being given immunity and rewards for going along with the district attorney's story. It's just not a true story. It's completely fabricated. Manson has never spoken of the helter-skelter theory that the district attorney claimed that he believed in. Everybody thinks all these things about Manson, and it's only something that somebody else said. Now, the district attorney and some other people were speaking to the media, putting all these stories in the papers for the people, all sensationalized things about how he was a cult leader and how he brainwashed his followers and how he told them to kill because he wanted to be the ruler of the world. And all this time, Manson is sitting in a jail cell with his phone privileges taken away so that he couldn't speak his side of the story to the media. He was blocked from speaking to the media while the district attorney said all those stories and put all those things in the newspaper. And this was going on before Manson even had a pre-trial. Now, how can you have a fair trial when the whole country and the whole world is seeing all these fake stories that are coming out about you, and then you finally get to the courtroom and you can't even represent yourself, and you have some dumbass lawyer that's just fucking up left and right, not representing you correctly, and he can't do anything, and he's being abused in the jail. He's being beat up, his teeth knocked out, his ribs been broken, and nobody's doing nothing. That's why Manson was acting out, because he tried it the right way. He tried doing it the proper way and filing his motions and studying his law books, and they even took his law books away, and there at one point he was supposed to be researching something and he didn't even have a pencil, and he tries to say it to the court, and they just say, well, shut up, Manson, now's not the time to talk about that. So these transcripts need to be reviewed by somebody. They need to be reviewed by a lawyer. I'm not a lawyer, and I don't know how much I can do with these transcripts, but I'm trying to make some things come to light about what actually happened. Well, I guess I'm gonna make some more videos later, but I just thought that I felt the need to make a video and speak out about it, because I am somebody that actually personally knows Manson, and I visit him, and he's a completely different person than the things that you see on TV. So just don't believe anything you see on TV, even something as popular as Manson. Don't believe it. You should look up his unedited interviews on YouTube.